Today we're going to build a floating base, an impenetrable stone wall bristling with pointed sticks. New unique architectural designs that were once impossible. Welcome, survivors. This is Eerie Night, and with the addition of stone building and Sons of the Forest, there are new and exciting things we can do with base building. New architectural designs are possible, some of which absolutely defy logic. Let's dive right into my new building tips made possible by the latest patch to the game. Stones can now officially replace logs in building a strong defensive perimeter. Place down a row of stones 2 stones high. Take a stick and position it on the ground close to the stone wall. Next, position another stick such that it lands on the wall. Proceed to place more across the top. You can even place additional sticks off the ones you just placed, having multiple grouped together. Though if it gets a bit crowded, it can be a bit tricky to place them without knocking another one over. Simply sharpen the stick, and now you can easily get another one in that spot. You can keep repeating this trick by placing the ground stick in a different location such that you can place sticks off from that, filling in the gaps. Once completed, you can place a bunch of rocks for structural integrity and place another stone layer on top. Essentially, we can keep doing this as high as we want. Let's place another layer of sticks and rocks. Though the higher you go, it can get a bit tricky, so putting some temporary stones at the bottom will help placing those sticks higher up. Once you're satisfied, down goes another stone layer. Repeat this until you run out of patience, which for me is right about here. But dang, if that is not an imposing wall of spikes. Truly spectacular. This next one is not a stone specific tip, rather something that is now possible once again, that being the independent sloped log. All you need to do is stack a bunch of horizontal logs, place some sloped ones, and then remove the horizontals. And voila, they stand on their own. You can create some different structures based on this technique, like my pirate ship, for example. This is very easy to do and opens up a variety of new building options. Another nice thing is you can combine wood and stone structures. Wood frame with a stone interior and a stone frame with a wood interior. Very simple, but provides some different aesthetics. The wooden interior does provide some actual functionality, as currently you cannot build a true stone door or stone window. So if you want a door, you can use wooden interior to cut yourself out one. It is possible to make a quasi stone window by placing a few rows of stone wall and then partially placing the next row. It provides a window-like opening to the outside, but until the devs added official support for stone windows, this is your only option. Placing stones interior to a log frame can be useful in a different way. It allows you to make woodcuts that would otherwise be impossible. Case in point, if I were to try to create this structure without placing the logs, it would cause the horizontal log to collapse when trying to remove the strut support. Instead, fill the log frame with stones, making your cut, and then remove the stones. Some things you could make from this is a porch with a railing. Like with logs, you can also build off-grid with stone to produce some different, more complex architectures. Take stone and aim it at the ground, and you'll notice it is red if it is too close to your other structure. Try to get as close as possible and place it. Here I have placed it roughly parallel to my existing structure and put a floor within this new grid and some stone columns. Of course, you don't need to place it parallel to begin with. Let's start a different off-grid structure and place our stone on an angle. And there we go. We can build into existing structures with stone on different angles, enabling more intricate geometries to be created. So, floating bases, anyone? How can we achieve the impossible using stone? I mean, that stuff is heavy. Definitely doesn't make sense. But with the power of exploits and glitches, anything is possible. Our first step is to position a log vertically. Now, if we take a stone, we can actually place it vertically on top of our wood log. Not only that, it places an entire column from just placing a single stone. Just as an aside, you can repeat this and dupe a bunch of stones by placing one and getting 4 back. Anyways, once your stone column is mounted, grab another log and try to place it off the original one, and what the heck, where did it go? And what the hell is that? That, my friends, is a floating log squished into a tiny flat circle. I know this because you can actually remove it by holding C and you get the full log back. So, mystery solved. What is amazing about this squished floating log is you can actually build off of it as if you were on the ground. You can place a new horizontal or vertical logs off these squished circles, though for horizontal logs you do need another squished one for support. So we'll do just that. Now this part is a bit difficult and requires a lot of patience. Unfortunately, you cannot place a grid of vertical logs and do the glitch. The game won't allow you to place a vertical stone column with a single stone like we did previously. and if you try to manually build a stone column, stone by stone, you won't be able to squish the log. This creates alignment issues where the logs are not truly in the square grid formation and thus won't connect. So to build a floating base, you'll need to place your logs individually off-grid, but you have to place them close enough to each other such that the logs will connect when floating in the air. The best way I found to do this is after you get your initial squished log in place some on-grid vertical logs to the area where you want to get another floating support. Note this area and remove the logs you just placed and put an independent log in that spot. You can repeat this multiple times to get several floating circles which can be removed, but the idea is to get the squish supports you need in place to build your floating base. Once this is done, you can actually finally connect everything and start building away. And to access our floating base, we'll use the rope gun to give ourselves a way up and down. Building this definitely takes a lot of patience, but if you want a completely impervious base design against all cannibal attacks, this is definitely the way to do it. And that's it, folks. I hope you found the video informative and learned something new, and if so, consider leaving a like and subscribe to our channel. Your support means everything to us, and I'd like to express a special thank you to our revered posse Patreons. Please share your own techniques in the comments below or your ideas for how to use these to make something cool. With that, this is Eerie Knight signing off. See you all in the next video.